Hello and welcome to the news at 10 on NTN 24, live from Abuja. I am Mina Daniels. Let's begin with the headlines. 8 years hunger, Nigeria presents economic transformation model for developing nations, demands permanent UN Security Council membership.
The illegal attack on Qatar and the tensions that scar the wider region.
Ogoni community leaders support resumption of oil exploration in their land. Inadequate maintenance attributed to last Abuja-Kaduna train derailment, Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau report indicates. A week-long activities for the coronation of the 44th Olubado of Ibadan land, Senator Rashidi Ladoja, continues today with the 81st birthday of the Olubado designate and other celebrations across the metropolis for the much-anticipated coronation. And Grace Anyaleke is at the Olubado's Palace to give us an update on the various activities. Hello, Grace. Could you please speak to us on the activities lined up for this all-important celebration? All right, so soon rejoin Grace once we have a clearer connection. Moving on, President Bola Tinubu has delivered a strongly worded reform policy proposal to the United Nations, warning that the global body must restructure or face irrelevance as world events increasingly bypass its influence. In his address to the UN General Assembly's 80th session, President Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, warned that the UN's credibility has been undermined by the gulf between its words and its deeds, while positioning Nigeria's economic transformation as a model for developing nations. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
We are here to strengthen the prospects for peace, development, and human rights. Madam President, I want to make 4 points today to outline how we can do this.
Outlining 4 key reform demands, starting with Nigeria's call for permanent UN Security Council membership, emphasizing Nigeria's transformation from a colony of 20 million people, absent from the tables where decisions were taken, to a sovereign nation of over 236 million, projected to be third most populous country in the world.
Nigeria must have a permanent seat in the UN Security Council. This should take place. This should take place as part of a wider process of institutional reform. 2, we need urgent action to promote sovereign debt relief and access to trade and financing. 3, countries that host minerals must benefit from those minerals. And 4th, the digital divide must close. As our friend the Secretary General has said, AI must stand for Africa included.
Nigeria also expressed deep frustration with the phase of international progress on critical issues, from nuclear disarmament to Security Council reform.
Nigeria's soldiers and civilians carry a proud legacy. We have participated in 51 out of 60 United Nations peacekeeping operations since our independence in 1960. We have stood with our partners in Africa to resolve conflicts, and we will continue that commitment today through the Multinational Joint Task Force. At home, we confront the scourge of insurgency we resolve from this long and difficult struggle with violent extremism. One truth stands clear.
Nigeria's national statement positioned Africa's natural resources as central to future global stability, emphasizing the need for African control over strategic minerals.
This is why we are not indifferent to the devastations of our neighbors near and distant. This is why we speak of the violence and aggression visited upon innocent civilians in Gaza, the illegal attack on Qatar, and the tensions that scar the wider region. It is not only because of the culture of impunity that makes such acts intolerable, but because our own bitter experience has taught us that such violence never ends where it begins.
Addressing Nigeria's ongoing economic transformation, the president acknowledged the difficult reality facing Nigerians, but said the economic reforms represents a model for resilience.
I'm calling for new and binding mechanism to manage sovereign debt, a sort of international court of justice for money that will allow emerging economies to escape the economic straitjacket of primary production of unprocessed exports.
President Tinubu called for renewed commitment to multilateralism while reaffirming Nigeria's commitment to peace and development. From New York, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
The week-long activities for the coronation of the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land, Senator Rashidi Ladoja, continues today with the 81st birthday of the Olubadan designate and other celebrations across the metropolis for the much-anticipated coronation. Grace Anyeleke is now ready with updates on exactly how the plan for the celebration is happening there. Hello, Grace.
Yes, Ibadan is wearing a new look as every corner, every street has a banner, a poster, something to congratulate the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja. Now, today happens to be his 81st birthday. He was born 25th September 1944. Take note, 1944. And he is now going to be given the insignia of office as the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land. This is not mere coincidence. It is destiny. Because Ibadan actually is coming up again as the land of the first university, first highest tower, and Ibadan now will be crowning him as the first former governor to be a king, from politics to royalty. And the town Ibadan land is one that is agog with celebrations. Right now, the Islamic community is setting up for a birthday prayer for the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land, right here at the palace of the Olubadan.
Thank you, Grace, for giving us a fair, picture of what the atmosphere is like right there. Well, 81 years is a huge number. Can you just give us a little background history about the new monarch?
Yes, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, born 25th September 1944. He was born with a humble background, born at the Gambari village of Ibadan. And his story is one of resilience, determination, and dedication and determination. He strived hard, studying mechanical engineering at the University of Liege, Belgium. And with this, he was able to work at Total Nigeria for 13 years. And after that, he was elected senator in 1993. After being a senator, he became the governor of Oyo State in the year 2003 to 2007. And he has been a politician, a businessman, one that is loved by all, because his life is one that has touched one and all in Ibadan land and Oyo State at large. The 44th Olubado of Ibadan land would be given the signal of office tomorrow, the 26th of September, and his is a life of destiny, not just coincidence.
Well, it's all going to be a memorable day for Ibadan land today. Thank you, Grace, for this update, and we wish you a very wonderful celebration. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, has underscored the strategic importance of renewed U.S.-Nigeria cooperation, calling for stronger investment ties during a high-level roundtable convened by the Business Council for International Understanding, BCIU, on the sidelines of the 80th United Nations General Assembly. A statement by the minister's aide says the meeting, which brought together Vice President Kashim Shettima and top executives of leading U.S. companies, focused on investment opportunities in Nigeria's priority sectors, including energy, agriculture, technology, and finance. Tuga urged Washington to prioritize partnerships with anchor states in Africa, such as Nigeria, where population, abundant resources, and continental scale make Nigeria a natural destination for U.S. business partnerships and collaboration. The Foreign Affairs Minister said such a collaboration would drive down costs, allow access to a vast talent pool, and help integrate millions of informal businesses into the formal economy. And with full acknowledgement of the commitment of the Tinubu administration towards addressing their challenges in the last 2 years, leaders in Ogoniland have unanimously expressed readiness to support resumption of oil exploration in their land. This was part of the recommendations in the report on Ogoni consultations presented by the Dialogue Committee to President Bola Tinubu at the State House. State House correspondent Musbah Danwahab reports.
The return of Ogoni delegation to the State House, fourth visit since President Bola Tinubu commenced his mission to right the wrong of the past and for a win-win situation for all parties. This time, the Dialogue Committee set up by the President under the coordination of a National Security Advisor to find a common ground between the federal government and the Ogoni people are here to submit reports after more than 7 months of consultation. The Ogoni people, with years of environmental pollution and degradation due to oil exploration, leading to agitation and the resultant loss of lives, are having new experience under the current administration. And for that, a prayer right from the heart.
Because you have given us a sense of belonging for the first time in our history, I pray that the good Lord will give you peace, unspeakable testimonies, unending love.
They acknowledged the President's sensitivity to their plight and remediation manifesting in the establishment of a Federal University of Environment and Technology in their land, commencement of the East-West Road, among other infrastructural projects. And now, with sense of assurance, they are ready to reciprocate the government's commitment and support the long-suspended oil exploration, but certainly not without some requests.
They view renewed activity not as a return to the injustice of the past, but as an opportunity to reset relationships, accelerate remediations, and unlock economic inclusions. This consensus, Mr. President, is neither coerced nor conditional on empty promises. It is anchored on 2 pillars: equitable participation and credible confidence building measures.
There is every sign that this government is serious about resolving these issues, and I think we need to give them all the necessary opportunity and time to ensure that this problem is resolved once and for all.
Let me thank the Ogoni people.
President Tinubu appreciated the people for toeing the path of peace and directed the Minister of Environment and the NSA to fine-tune the concluding processes towards rewriting the history, and in time, President Tinubu promises to deploy every government resource necessary to support the Ogoni people in the bid to harness the resource on their land for the benefit of their area and Nigeria in general.
We have shown the entire nation what disciplined dialogue can achieve. To the dialogue committee, your work now becomes the blueprint for the implementation. Let us together seize this moment, turning pain into purpose, conflict into cooperation, and transform the wealth beneath Ogoni soil into a blessing for the people and for Nigeria. We have to start now with dead assets. It's not valuable to the community, the country, and the people.
And in a new demonstration of genuine commitment to right the wrong, the President conferred posthumous national honor of Commander of the Order of the Niger, CON, on 4 Ogoni heroes.
We are living here with the hope that something practical is being done and that our matters have received a hearing at the highest level.
We are going to make sure that peace will be restored. Already it is, and hopefully you see the benefit of it, not just in Ogoniland, but the entire Niger Delta, and by extension also Nigeria.
From the State House, Musbah Wahab, NTA News.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. We have more reports after the break.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
Nigeria at 65, a continental giant takes another step forward, navigating the contradiction fueled by a colorful and resourcefully diverse populace, yet questions linger on the destination of state, propelled by the vagaries of nationhood. What is your contribution to this journey? Join the NTA and an eclectic mix of everything Nigerian, from the academic deans to the street kings, who will lend their voices on the platform that has always been a part of the journey. The NTA on October 1st, 2025.
Thanks for joining us again. President Bola Tinubu has continued to prevail on captains of industry in a bid to support his administration's drive in sustaining the downward trend in the prices of commodities, especially food items. The president this Wednesday received the chairman of BUA Group, Alhaji Abdul Samad Rabiu, in the State House with discussions centered on food prices. In an interview with our State House correspondent after their meeting behind closed doors, Alhaji Rabiu commended the president for various reforms leading to stability in the economy, including the duty waiver on some food items and the harmonization of foreign exchange, amongst others.
I expect that the rate should come down to maybe 1,300 to 1,400 naira before the end of the year. really, for all of this, we must give full credit to His Excellency and the government. You know, there are bold reforms and decisive policies creating the foundation for a stronger economy, a more stable currency, and a better future for businesses and Nigerians alike.
Just Nigerians to continue to support the administration in order to sustain the positive improvement in prices of commodities.
And what we have today, you see that there is a significant reduction in all the, commodities, prices of food items. So I think we just need to be a bit more patient. Clearly things are getting better, and we must continue to support the government. And we owe this progress, to the vision and leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Latest report from the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, on foreign trade in goods over the last 5 years shows manufactured goods export is up by 46.8% to 1.1 trillion naira in the first half of 2025, showing a rising trend from 2021 to 2025. Let's now join Alika Okbanachi Arawa for details on business news.
The move to diversify Nigeria's export portfolio seems to be yielding results as the value of manufactured goods exported from the country in the first half of 2025 surged by 46.76% to 1.1 trillion naira from 749.5 billion naira in the corresponding period of the previous year, 2024. Analysts have attributed the increase in exports of manufactured goods to depreciation of the naira. Similarly, Nigeria's finance and insurance sector posted a real-term growth of 16.13% in the second quarter of 2025, marking a significant leap in economic activities, bringing renewed momentum in the country's financial ecosystem. In another development, Apapa Customs targets 200 containers hourly scan to facilitate trade and cargo clearance. Controller Oluwadare Oshoba, Custom Area Controller of the Apapa Port Command, has called on port users and stakeholders to prepare for a more seamless trade process as the Nigerian Customs Service advances its modernization project with the commencement of fixed scanner installations. And here are the closing figures on the floor of the exchange. With business news, Alika Okbanachi Arawa.
The Senegal Exchange visit to Nigeria to understudy Nigeria's model of nutrition responsive budgeting with support from the World Bank and Accelerating Nutrition Results in Nigeria ANRIN project has set tune for long-term knowledge transfer between the two countries. Ibrahim Belagunda reports that the partnership is expected to open a new chapter in improving nutrition responsive budgeting and accountability.
The drive to tackle the challenges of malnutrition, especially among vulnerable groups, through cost-effective nutritional services that promote accountability has been a challenge to many countries. Hence the intervention by Accelerated Nutrition Results in Nigeria, ANRIN project, supported by the World Bank, which gave birth to Nigeria's success story in nutrition intervention, which prompted the visit by the Senegalese delegation.
The budget tagging and tracking is one of the legacies that we implemented in the 11 states where we implemented ANRIN the last time, and it enables us to know what is being utilized in terms of domestic resources towards the cause of nutrition in Nigeria.
The presentation by both the Nigerian and Senegalese delegation dwelt on unique features of their interventions, The Senegalese delegation said their key objective is to strengthen technical and capacity of key Senegalese actors through the exchange experience of Nigeria's implementation of a system for nutritional budget tagging, tracking and accountability.
Whatever is being done in State A is exactly the same as what is being done in State B. So that's like a standard service protocol that is inbuilt in the mobile application. This application sends data to the National Health Management Information System.
Funding from development partners, either as loans or grants, make up a significant share of nutrition financing. Of course, 29% is a lot. At least from the plan that we have, we allocated 29% to partners.
The Senegal exchange visit to Nigeria proceeds to Kano State to provide opportunity to explore practical approaches for classifying and tackling nutrition expenditures and draw lessons on transparency. In Abuja, Ibrahim Bello Gunda, NTA News.
The Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau, NSIB, has released a preliminary report on the August 26, 2025 train derailment on the Abuja-Kaduna rail line. According to the investigation, the incident was attributed to inadequate maintenance, lack of accessible spare parts, and malfunctioning equipment, including CCTV cameras. Going forward, the Director General of the NSIB, Captain Alex Bade Jr., in a statement says the Bureau has made recommendations, including providing refresher training for Nigerian Railway Corporation personnel to ensure they are up to date with safety procedures, replacing damaged sleepers to guarantee track stability, installing original equipment manufacturer standard point switches along the route, and restoring defective equipment such as communication devices and CCTV cameras. And that concludes the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Many thanks for watching. I am Mina Daniels.